Hello. Is this on? Am I streaming? I don't know. Oh, I think things froze again. Oh, wow. Of course. There we go. It was frozen, but you can hear me and there's music playing, right? I think so. I think this is how it should be working. Elgato randomly decides to freeze, like the cam link, the USB one. So everything is disabled. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, actually. I'm not sorry at all. Everything is disabled because literally nothing works. So there's no point in keeping it enabled because it won't do anything for you, right? I can't do any redeems. So if you were looking forward to having redeems, if you wanted to actually do something on the stream with your channel points today, then I'm sorry to disappoint you. So you'll just have to accept me as the content. First question. How is the level between audio, like my voice, and music? Because I'm not 100% sure on the level. The bunny suit would work. That's true. You hear no music. Really? There is music, but it must be very low then for you. Wait, I need to listen to it now. Oh, but if I listen to it, it's going to be doubled, I think. Yes, I'm so very sorry, Lemonade that we don't have any redemptions today. But welcome in, Lemonade and everybody else welcoming in. I will assume that the levels are sufficient. I am monitoring Twitch's playback stats very intensively because I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if Twitch likes what I'm doing. There's also no alerts, but Yost, thank you for gifting a sub to Lemonade Chick. I appreciate that. 58 gift subs in the channel. Closing in very rapidly on Maddles and Steve. Aren't we, Yost? And for anyone who is kicking around in the Discord, you can actually watch me live in the Discord right now. I'm in the co-working channel. I probably shouldn't be in here while streaming, but I decided to just stay in here because I was in here earlier doing some stream setup stuff. Top of the list gets to ban number 2 and 3. No, that is not how it works, Yost, unfortunately for you. That's you can't this isn't pay to win, Yost. This isn't like some other games on the internet. This is not a game. This is not pay to win. What I am curious about is what is happening with like how Twitch is rendering something for you. Like Twitch is giving you black bars on the top and the bottom of your player. For those of you who are on mobile, I'm very sorry. Like I am very, very sorry, but it's just, unfortunately, it's not that important to stream on mobile. I mean, not a lot of people watch the stream on mobile. Everything that I do is unwatchable on mobile. So you can definitely listen to the stream, but you can't watch it on mobile. It's just not, even before, it was already basically impossible. You didn't notice the letterbox. Ah, so there you go. That's a good sign, actually. having a 21:9 aspect ratio has very, very distinct advantages, which we will certainly get into. But first, I must welcome all of you back to the stream on a Monday. It doesn't feel like Monday. Joost was pretty right about that. It doesn't feel like Monday. It feels like a Sunday. And that's because we had a long weekend. I was off Friday and today, which means, well, 4 days off. And yeah, it's been good. What have I been up to, you ask yourself? Well, Thursday and Friday was streaming. So on Thursday we had a sponsored stream. On Friday we had the Data Cafe. It was the last episode of the stream on my old setup. So what you're watching right now, or if you're watching this video later on YouTube, this is the first setup and the first stream on my new Apple Mac Mini M2 Pro. What I have to say is, first impressions. Obviously, I've been setting it up over the whole weekend. This thing is so powerful. It is incredibly powerful. I maxed out. I was doing some tests earlier, and I maxed out the CPU for well over 30 minutes, and there was no fan sound. The CPU stayed cool as a cucumber around like 38 degrees Celsius. Hi, Ryan. Welcome in. Good to have you back again. So I am very, very impressed with performance right now. And we're going to do some fun stuff today, for sure. We are definitely going to test some things today because there's a lot to test. There's a lot to test. The first major thing I wanted to test was the aspect ratio. But I wanted to ask you all how you're doing. Did you have a good weekend? What did you get up to? Did you have a long weekend? Or maybe you had a standard weekend? Let me know in chat what you were up to this weekend. I did 2 things. No, I did 3 things this weekend. 1, I rebuilt my entire desk setup to accommodate the Mac Mini on the desk. Number 2, spent a lot of time gaming, as you do. And number 3, I had brunch, or barbecue, I should say. Barbecue today. Barbecue lunch with my neighbors upstairs. Me and Mimi Two Shoes, we went to have a barbecue with them. We were invited. And it was very lovely. Those are the things that I did. Joost got killed repeatedly in a prison colony on a moon of Jupiter by mutated inmates. If I had to guess, that sounds like a game to me, right? I mean, that is a video game, I hope. I've been playing mostly Call of Duty, but I did go into Meet Your Maker for a bit as well, the new game. It's quite fun. So yeah, I hope you all are having a good Monday so far, if it's earlier time zone for you. What time is it for all of you? Hip new bar that opened in East London, they have a teleporter. Nice, very nice. So yeah, I basically spent the weekend setting up everything. Yeah, that's basically what was happening. I spent a lot of time configuring things. I don't know how it is with all of you when you get a new computer, but there's a lot to configure. And I mean, Mimi Two Shoes asked, she asked me, she said, can't you just transfer like Mac to Mac? Can't you do like an import thing? I said, yes, I could, but that defeats the purpose of having a new fresh computer, right? Like, do you all just import everything from the old computer? Because then it's just like you inherit all the crap that was on your old machine, And I don't really think I want to do that. I'd rather start with a clean slate. And speaking of clean slate, I was told by Anatole, or A, that streaming with a 21:9 aspect ratio could be very interesting for tech streamers. And so today, because you can only change the canvas in OBS when you are offline. You cannot change it while streaming. I have chosen to stream in 21:9 today, aspect ratio, or as OBS calls it, 9:3. Sorry, 7:3. 7:3 aspect ratio. Hi, Rugmat. Welcome back. No redeems, garbage. We will have memes though. I promise, Rugmat. So there's a couple things I want to do. One of them being memes. And drop. Very good point, Yoast. We will definitely get drop game in there. So I'm setting up OBS completely from scratch. You're still gonna drop anyway. Is that pineapple on pizza? Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know that was a global emote. There's also no meme of the day, but there's a different reason for that. That's because I simply forgot to upload it. But that's something I can do for you all now. So if you give me a second, I will get it for you. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I was under a lot of time pressure today. So give me 1 second. I will most certainly get it for you. Okay, so this goes to here, like this. Okay. So I have it in my downloads, and now I can provide you the memes. Doesn't even depend on OBS. It does not, I know. It's a time problem, not an OBS problem. Okay, so stream elements, meme of the day. Oh, did I edit the today to... I think I took that comment out. Meme of the day, meme of the day, meme of the day. There you are. Meme of the day. And open image in a new tab. Get the URL. Paste that in there. And voila. We have a new meme of the day. Sorry, we have a meme of the day, I should say. So, here it is. How do I show you the meme of the day? Good question. I don't know how to do this. How do I show you the meme of the day? I don't have anything set up. Is it the right one? Yes, it is. I know it slightly promotes violence against children, but I'm okay with that in a promotion, in like a sort of, in a way that's like humoristic, like it's a comic, so I think it's okay. Let me see if I can include a new scene. Browser source. Oh, this is going to be so broken. This is going to be so broken. Yep. There we go. Here's the meme of the day. It's the most scuffed stream you've ever seen in your life. Now we're covering chat. So this is the meme of the day. Is that real? Oh, you did, Yoast. What did you do? Why did you do that? You didn't think I would see that, Yoast? Thank you for tipping 5 francs, Yoast. I appreciate it. You were looking for things to trigger. Nothing is triggering, unfortunately. There's a lot of things to get through. One of the easy ones is the drop game. But yes, so this is the Ether Bunny. Obviously not the same thing as the Easter Bunny. Wait, I can move this up a bit. That's the meme of the day. Franks, it's a name, not money. Yeah, sure. Except for the good vibes under the chair. Ha, I have ideas for that, don't I? But there's nothing currently connected to my chair that does anything. So what's the idea with the stream? What's the idea with the new setup? Well, I figure there's a pretty cool concept that I saw, and I'd like to share it with you. I don't know how to share it with you, so bear with me a moment. I think I need to share a window. I think I need to share a window. How do I do this? There's a really cool concept. Yeah, here. So I have a Miro board with all this stuff set up. And let me just get this out for you all. Before we start building stuff anyway. Mac screen capture. We want to capture an application. And I want it to be, no, I want it to be a window. And I want it to be this one. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hi, Jay Walter. Sorry, there's no drop in here right now because I'm just figuring out something. But let me just give you a preview of this over my face. So, I don't know if any of you know Andy Lippy. I'm gonna add it back, Jay Walter, and we're gonna add it in a funny way as well. So, I don't know if any of you know Andy Lippy, but Andy is a content creator. And Andy made a pretty interesting thing, which is he has this line on most of his scenes, not all of them, but he has this line, this vertical line on most of his scenes. And what I like about this is that there's a very distinct separation between the content and the camera. Haha, Steffi, it's not a barber pole. So my concept that I've thought about is basically the concept I've thought of is the following. This line is about separating the content between the camera being shown and the screen or application or game. And the thing is that that line, so in each scene, that line will be in a different position. And because you have a 21:9 aspect ratio, that line can go in a variety of positions. It could go, for example, 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% of the screen. And so you can do a ton of stuff. You can do a ton of stuff with that, because if you say, oh, I want to stream with me, with my camera and a guest. So then maybe you do 50-50, or you do 40% your camera, 40% guest camera, 20% chat. And that line, or even multiple lines for certain scenes, could dynamically move transition so that when you change scenes, the line is just shifting and the content is growing and getting small. And that gives a sort of, what's that word? It's not parallax scrolling. That was one of my initial ideas, was parallax scrolling. But it's a kind of effect that looks like the entire stream is one long horizontal reel that just keeps getting sort of yanked left and right. So yeah, I'm scuffed today, TD, because I have a new Mac Mini and everything is being set up on it right now. So yeah, hi Stony and Josh, welcome into the stream. Good to see you. We will be adding Drop Game very shortly, definitely. New introduction. Hello, Michelle eats Aka. What's your favorite food? Nerd Mathieu? What is that? I'm very confused, Michelle. I'm very confused about that. Stony, how's it going? Good to see you. So yeah, that was my idea. And I don't know how to implement it yet, but I will be trying it. Stony, what's going on? What's up with you? What's hanging? What is hanging? Chat appearance. Timestamp. I have to modify chat because I can't see stuff. Moderation settings. No, that's not what I wanted. How can I not see stuff in chat? I thought you could see. Ah, there we go. Got some work done with A, so you're good. Very nice, very good. You like my hairstyle? So this is where my hair kind of sits in the sweet spot. This is like, I've had a haircut recently, but I need to get one soon again, and then this is okay, you know. But I like that you like it, TD. There once was a streamer Swiss whose streams were hard to miss. With games and jokes galore, viewers kept wanting more. That Swiss streamer was pure bliss. Hair-wise, I'm indifferent. Well, Yost, nothing compares to your locks, of course. I mean, we can't possibly compare. So that is the core concept. This little line here will be a separator. Now, of course, this section here on the right, sorry, left, right for you, on my left. This section here will be very much for chat or for alerts, etc. Why is it so laggy? Mac Mini sucks. It's not laggy, but thank you. I have literally 0 dropped frames, 4.5% CPU usage right now. Absolutely insane. I cannot believe the performance. Like, it is shocking. Like, the difference is just between 3 years of development. Why did the video lag? For you, it could be. It's definitely possible. 30 minutes in and still no CSS. This new stream sucks. So I'm just checking also the bitrate, and we're hovering around the 6,000 mark, which is great. So the specs. Let's talk specs. I got the which CPU did I get? It's a very good question. I got the higher chip. Let me just check one thing. Is it not listed here? System report. Should be in here. I got the M2 Pro. M2 Pro with let me check the chip. Controller. Where does it even say this? Model number. I'm just checking to see. How do I not have this? Like, I need to write it out in the thing. I need to write it out in chat, but oh wait, I have the thing from Apple. Here we go. All right, so brace yourselves. The Mac Mini M2 Pro with 12-core CPU, 19-core GPU, 32 gigs of memory, 512 gigabyte SSD storage. If you give us the serial, we can look it up. Yeah, of course. Nice try, Yost. Nice try. Also, how did you write that when you're not here? Hi, Wilder Hives. Good to see you again. Don't make me want one. Well, honestly, for what I've seen so far in the very short amount of time that I've had the computer, that's basically 2 days worth of working with it. It is blowing my mind in terms of performance. It is equivalent to like 3 or 4 of my laptops with an eGPU in it. It is that crazy. Hi, Exegete. Thank you for resubscribing for 19 months, Exy. Sorry for the non-alertiness of the stream. I'm on mobile because I went to slightly trim my beard. Yeah, no, the performance is wild. The performance is wild. I maxed out the CPU earlier. I was saying earlier in chat, I maxed out the CPU, and like for 30 minutes, I ran a terminal command called yes, and I ran 12 instances of yes. So one for each physical core, and holy crap! Like, it maxed out the CPU, but the temperature stayed at 35, 38 degrees Celsius. What am I supposed to use my 188 channel points on? Well, TD, you could keep the channel points because we're going to be activating stuff later. It might be nice to have a machine that stays hooked up to my monitors. That's kind of my problem right now. I have to swap monitor hookups if I want to use my personal laptop on my monitors. So Wilder Hives, the easiest solution for that would be a HDMI switcher. If they're connected with HDMI, you can get a splitter, and then you can just swap between the two. There's quite a few of those around. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, if you have two machines, you might want to consider like a docking station or something like that. But yeah, KVM switch for the win. Basically what you do is you basically have two machines hooked up to the splitter, and then they have two inputs, right? And then there's one output to the monitor. And then you basically just select whether it's machine A or machine B. There's ones with physical buttons on them, and there's some that also have like electronic ones. Yeah. Hi, Fractal. Welcome in. Good to see you. Is Karen getting a new voice? Oh, that's a very good question, Exegete. I think Karen will remain Australian, though. Or start your own company and have only one laptop. True. True. My monitors accept two. I just use KVM for keyboard, webcam, mouse. Ah, very nice. Yeah, some monitors do have a built-in KVM. So actually, the mouse and keyboard that I use, the Logitech ones, they have up to 3 mappings. So actually, I'm on mapping number 2 now, but I could switch to mapping 1 and go back to my laptop. So that's kind of a cool thing. I really like doing a Thunderbolt dock. Yes. Yes. Chat, let me show you something. I need to show you what I did with the docking stuff. I need to show you what I did, because I'm very, very proud of this. I will show you as part of the build process what I was doing. So, look at this, chat. Look what I did. So I have a shelf behind. This is new, right? I have this shelf. Thank you, by the way, Exegete, for this recommendation, because this shelf is amazingly awesome. Like, I have the camera on there and it's just literally perfect. It's exactly what I needed. And I also have one of the Elgato lights there. But look at this vertical dock, right? It has a VESA mount. So basically I have this docking station here, as well as the shelf, both in the VESA. So it's perfect. It's literally perfect. Like, you can't see anything from the front. It's all nicely hidden away. This is about 10% of the cables I currently have running at the back at the moment. But yeah, that's another topic, let's say. You haven't found a monitor arm alike yet. I'll have to look at those. This is the Ergotron. So my setup command, it has changed a little bit, obviously. I haven't updated it yet. But in the setup command, I didn't change out the monitor arms or anything like that. So definitely look at this monitor arm. I don't know if it's outside of Europe, if it's here, but this monitor arm supports 19 kilos. And that's the reason why I got it, is because it's really, really heavy duty. Like, this is a 43-inch ultra wide, so it needed to be something serious. Yeah. You love gear talk. So do I. Today is the kind of place for it as well. Does your desk stand too, or seated only? Yes. So this is the desk frame is from IKEA. It's one of those rotatey ones. What do you like? You know where you spin you twist the I don't know what's the English word? I forget it. Yeah, you twist the thing to make it. It's manual, not electric. And the desktop itself, the gray one that you saw in the photo, Crank, thank you, Joost. This gray one in the photo, this desktop, is also from IKEA. However, it's the kitchen department. It's a custom cut plate from the kitchen department. Your setup is similar to mine, but much nicer because I've just cobbled together random stands for my monitors instead of putting things on arms. Oh, put your monitors on these arms. I think we went through 3 arms trying to find one that works with the larger Samsung Odyssey. So the 49-inch Samsung is a problem. Apparently there's only one arm in existence at the moment that can actually carry that. And the main problem you will have, and I can tell you this from experience on this desk as well, if you put a 49-inch ultra-wide on an arm like that, you need to make sure that your desk frame and desktop are super, super solid, because it will start to otherwise bend your desk towards the back because there's so much weight sitting on one central focal point at the back. Unless you really bring the monitor like forward, but it will start to like pull the plate a little bit. The current one hasn't failed yet. We have it mounted on the wall. My partner's setup, not mine. Yeah, oh yeah. 49-inch, I would recommend a wall mount, but you can't do that if you have a sit-stand desk. That's the problem. Unless you get like a wall rail, which I also debated doing a rail on the wall behind and then basically just shifting the monitor up the rail, but it's way too complex, way too complicated. Let me just check if my Macs and iPad share Magic Keyboard and Magic Mouse automatically. Oh, yeah. Wilder Hives. Another thing that I really liked from Apple that I'd forgotten about is Apple devices, when you sign in with iCloud, they remember Wi-Fi networks. So I didn't have to put in Wi-Fi details. That's quite nice. Yeah, a KVM switch would definitely be a lot cheaper than another Mac entirely, Wilder Hives. But like I said when I ordered it, $2,000 for this thing is a steal. It's an absolute steal. If you're not in, let's say, if you're not really like needing a new computer, then waiting for Apple to do something with M3 could be interesting as well. Because the move from 5 nanometer to 3 is going to have significant performance boosts. The boosts from M1 to M2 are like 30-40% in some cases, depending what you look at, like marginal. The boost from Intel to M2 is obviously massive. It's like 4x or something. But the boost from M2 to M3 is going to be significant because of that. You can also crush the desktop with cheap IKEA desktops. Oh yeah, you cannot put like any serious weight on the standard IKEA desktops. Definitely not. No. You can't do that. Lots of little things Apple does that makes some tasks seem seamless. Yes. I also noticed, for example, I can play sound through my old laptop, which is still sitting on the desk, by the way. But I can use it as like a sound bar, which I don't need to anymore. But darn it, browsing ultrawides on Amazon. Sorry, Joost. I definitely don't need a new machine anytime soon. Yeah, then I would hold off, to be honest. I couldn't imagine needing more speed than this M1 Pro Max. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you're not streaming, I don't think it's worth an upgrade. Apple just did me so dirty with the 2019 MacBook Pro era hardware. I'll never look at Mac again. Yeah. So that's the thing, is like, my laptop was $4,000. And with that announcement afterwards with Apple Silicon, that really stung. But in terms of price per performance, it's unbeatable. This is the problem. You cannot get this kind of performance at this price with this low power consumption on Windows. It's just not possible. The power draw of the Mac is a fraction of that of what a proper rig would be with a GPU and everything in it. It's just it's wild. It's truly wild and very impressive. And their move to Apple Silicon is really paying off. The cost for a garbage MacBook Pro pre-M1 was just so upsetting. Yeah, no, I understand for sure. So, first order of business, chat. First order of business. And of course, I have a ton of ideas for the stream. Like Hype Train blinks a rainbow frame on everything. Before we start building everything in OBS, we need to add the drop game, because it's not fair that we don't have the drop game. So we're going to go to Pixel Plush, and we're going to get the drop game. But not only are we going to add one, we're going to add 8. That's right, we're going to add 8 drop games at once. Because I don't believe that we should only have 1. I want to see what happens if we add 8. Bit early on that one, Yoast. Bit early on that one. Parachute drop. Okay, so 2019 16-inch MacBook Pro is still the best Intel laptop I've owned. That's fair point, Exegete. It's absolutely fair point. But it is, you know, yeah, it is still in comparison, obviously. It's, yeah. Pool Party Pool Party Splash. There's a new theme. I already have this one, and this is the most fitting for today. Chat announcement. Hide until drop. Score in chat. Chat command is drop. Sound volume 25. Notification 25. Channel point cost 0. Blah, blah, blah. Refresh timer 90 seconds. Time till ready 0. RAID drop timer. Okay. Ooh, nice. Themes? That's cool. All of them. All right, so I have the URL. Now we need to add it as a browser source. Drop game. $1920 by 10. Oh, right. This is the problem. Wait. We need to do math. We need to do math, chat. I'm concerned. We need to do math because... Yep, there's always math. I just want to see. Okay, so you can drop already if you like. Did you hear the drop sound? That's the question. Did you hear it when you drop? No, or is it very low? Could be very low as well. I will manage audio through OBS and then do it that way. Maybe it needs to be just maxed. New drop game is rigged. Yep, definitely. Did you hear that one, chat? That one shouldn't be louder. Drop game, monitor and output. Yeah. I'm gonna go down a bit with the sound on that one. Okay. Oh, wow, they're so close. Jay Walterbot's gonna land though. Emoji's still no worky. No, but this is the newest version. All right, so what gets interesting now is what happens if you clone this? What happens if you add more of these? I'm really curious. What happens if you just have so many of them? Because I think it could mess with stuff. First M2 landing. Nice, Jay Walter, congrats. Jay Walterbot landed for 54, Jay Walter landed for 56. That seems rigged. That seems very rigged. All right, let's duplicate this. Copy. Paste. Now I'm curious to see. Drop. Oh, I can't. Hold on. Reset drop. Is it showing it twice? Oh, it is showing it twice. I see. So you can only have one instance at a time? Surely there's a way to hack this. There's definitely a way to hack this. Hold on. Hold on, let's see. URL hacking is the way. 1 second. We're gonna slightly change the URL with one of them. Okay, the right one has been changed. Let's see what happens. Reset drop. Drop. Is that... Now I'm confused. Is it the same drop game? Or is it... I think it's still only one instance of the game. Wait, I know. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. You're not gonna like this, chat. Okay, if you write drop and then drop 2, you might drop twice. Nope, that still doesn't work. I think you can only have one instance live at a time. Okay. Unfortunately, chat, you can only have one instance live at a time. It seems like. Okay. That's rigged. Use a separate browser. No, I even went through a different source that time. So you're returning the M2? Probably, Yoast. I mean, obviously it's a piece of crap if it doesn't allow me to have 2 drops. That's horrible. Okay. Safari, Chrome, Firefox. You can't do that in OBS. Oh, you're saying... Ah, wait. Okay, somebody drop in chat. I want to see something. Yeah, okay. So the thing is, I have a copy of the drop game open in incognito. It is literally... Oh, wait a second. Hold up a second. Oh. Okay. Exegete, did you notice that you just landed on both? That's because there was a second drop game. Yep. Congratulations, chat, we did it. You can now have 2 drops. Although, strangely enough, I'm not sure. I'm not even really sure how this is working. This is interesting. Is it the same as the other one? It's not, is it? It's different. It is different, right, Chad? Yoast, you got... Yeah, okay. Technically, it's over 100, but it's in 2 different drop games. What I've also always wanted to try, chat, is the drop game, but in dense format. Because it's always been fun to me to consider, what if you did a drop game that was only 300 wide? So the drop game is just here on the side. Be right back, looking for a judge in Texas. Okay. Reset, drop. No! Sorry. Sorry, do it again, dear Walter. What's gonna happen? I think I broke it now. There we go. Your chances have increased exponentially, chat. If this is the time you wanted to try and hit 100, this is the time. This is the time to try. I can't promise you it'll happen, but you'll probably all land. But still no one's gonna get 100. Oh, look at this! I love it. I love this. It's hilarious. 94. We're not close enough yet. We're not close enough yet, chat. Come on, you can do it, chat. This is crazy. How are you not able to do this? How are you not able, chat? I'm giving you all of the advantage. Okay, do we need to make this even worse? Welcome in, John and Dev Panda. Good to see you. Very well, I shall reduce the width to 200. I don't think you can even drop at this point with that. Okay. It's definitely rigged. This is 100% rigged. Refresh cache, and voila. Here we go. This will be the last one at 200. Oh, oh, there's a 90-second timeout. Oh, here comes Stony. Stony looking good. Here we go. Oh, Stony! Oh, Stony! Stony, stay! Don't die! Stony! Oh, you know what we need to do, chat? We need to do a group drop. We need to do... We need to group drop at the same time with this one. This is gonna be the best. Oh, this is so entertaining. Does it make it more difficult though? Doesn't it technically make it more difficult for this to happen? Instafluff and Maya are probably like, hey, what's happening? There's so many people landing in this one stream. What's going on? Okay, we have to do drop Q. Is that the one? Hold on one second. Oh no, it's Q drop. Hold on, I'm gonna make this a little bit easier for you, chat. Okay. I think there's actually no minimum. Okay. Drop Q. No, it's Q drop. Q drop. Oh no! Okay, we're queued now. So everybody doing the drop will now be queued. And we're gonna drop everything together. This is gonna be madness. I take no responsibility in this scenario for whatever happens, okay? For whatever happens, chat, okay? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is fantastic. If none of you hit 100, this is absurd. I've given you every possible advantage. Oh my, no. Chat! You have to do it! Oh, 97! 98! It's so close! Ah, it's so close! Oh, so rigged. So rigged. I can't believe no one landed. It's horrible. This is rigged. This is maximum rigged. Okay. Well, you had your chance, chat. 2520. Is it 2520? I think 2520. Yeah, 2520 is my canvas size. That's cool. You rigged it. Yes. Is 100 at the left edge of the screen? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's not my fault. Not my fault. All right, so that was the first thing. I wanted to try out what that would be like. So now we know you can only have one drop. Loka, you landed for 98.04. Stony landed for 97.95. J. Walter about 94.24. Very respectable scores. Make it 100 times 999. Oh, you're saying to make it... Oh, that's a very interesting prospect, isn't it? You're saying to make the drop very high. Okay. Okay. But I think the pixel plush thing needs to be wide enough. So we can do 250. 1080 by 3 would be... 4320 would be 4 times. Oh, I can't. The max height is 999? No, that can't be. Hold on. Oh. Interesting. Hold on, I'm just discovering something. The max canvas height in OBS is 4000. Also, we're about to have ads again. Extend above the screen, you can use VH. No, it's the browser source in OBS. So there's a limitation to that. Uh-oh. Now I broke it. Again. 4000 VH. So the drop game. The drop game is gonna be below me. I think. I don't know if this even works. It might not work. I don't think it works above a certain height. Hold on. Let me refresh. Reset drop. Oh, it does work. But where's the target? How come I don't see the target? Wait, what? Someone's landing somewhere. I landed. What? I don't even see the how did I even land? What the? I think there's something off. Oh! There's a max height. It won't go beyond 1080. It spawns it spawns at 1080. You can't get it higher than that. I don't think anyway. Not without modifying the CSS, which I think we're going to stay away from for today. We have lots of other things to get done. Definitely. Thank you for sending that, by the way, Exegete. I just got your message. Yeah, so apparently it's max height of 1080. I'll have to complain to Pixel Plush. Last one we're doing? Okay, last one. We're gonna do a width of 50. Okay, I'm gonna test this. Just a sliver of a drop there. Oh, I think I need to reset it first. Okay. Where is it? Come on. I broke it. Probably. Refresh cache. Come on. Come on. No. I think there's like a min width or something. Oh! Here we go! It's happening. It's working. Here you go, chat. You're welcome. If you don't hit it this time, you have only yourselves to blame. Wait, does it... Oh, it's not centered. Wait, it's not centered. It's not centered. It's impossible to hit 100 now. This is the definition of rigged. It's impossible to hit 100. I like these odds, chat. I have to say, I like these odds. I do like these odds a lot. That is definitely rigged. Yeah. So we're going to go back to 1920. We're going to move it over here like this. Oh, look at that. All the drops in the corner. So yeah, I think it's time to set up a new scene and start with the second item of the agenda. But we're going to have some ads, so we need to have a break. So let me just set up a duplicate of this scene. Oh, stop the ads for 5 seconds. 1 second. Snooze this. Okay, 5 minutes. I'm still using the ad thing doc on my old machine because I forgot to add it into this one. Yes, we need to add memes. That's what I want to do after the break. So after the break, we will add memes. Studio mode. Studio mode. Okay, studio mode. Starting, and then we're gonna clone that into BRB, and then starting soon is change this, remove this, start one, get rid of this, add a BRB image, no, media source, BRB, name is already in use, be right back. Okay, local file, assets, OBS, video, be right back, wide, loop, restart playback, hardware decoding, blah, blah, blah. Very wonderful. And then we're gonna transform, reset transform. Why don't I see this? 1 sec, I need to change to this source. Okay, so that works. It just doesn't show it when it's in preview mode for whatever reason. Show nothing when playback ends. Ah, there we go. Okay, okay. We need something to play in there. Should we have the clips player? Should we do the clips player, chat? What's it called? eFuse. We can just play clips while I'm not here, right? Or should we just play some random YouTube video? I don't know, whatever you want, chat. All right. Overlays, BRB. And how do I change? Oh, here we go. Copy. And then new browser. eFuse BRB. 1920 1080. Control audio via OBS. Boink. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Custom frame rate, why not? Oh, I need to preview this. Ooh, Mac's sweating a little bit now. That's nice. Finally. 2 preview windows, it starts sweating. But only ever so slightly. Let me just make that clear. Okay. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I will be back. And just put B top in the... Yeah, no, it's fine. I just wanted to play some clips because I think it's funnier. I think it's funnier that way. Be right back. Loop? Oh, that's the wrong one. Shutdown source when not visible. There we go. Okay, I will be right back. We're gonna run some ads. And yeah, take a break. Make sure to get something to drink or whatever, or get up. And we'll be right back. Literally. That's what we're doing. So get out of studio mode and be right back. Navi! Hey, Navi! Good to see you. Oh my gosh, Navi. Navi, you will love this. You will love this. But also, Navi is a streamer who is doing a lot of SQL stuff. Oh, that's not SQL. That looks like gaming. Navi, were you slacking?
Oh shit! What is your problem?
Were you slacking? You weren't working.
I just took the fucking propeller from there, and I put it here.
I forgot that you swear a lot. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, Navi, you're gonna love this. This software I'm using is really cool. It's called Count. Yeah, I don't want to install anything on my computer anymore because I'm
garbage.
That was wonderful time. Bulbasaur. Well, what would you call it? Bulbasaur? It's S-A-U-R. Sour. Like dinosaur. Oh, wait. We're not starting right away. You know, there's always like 20 minutes of blah blah in the beginning, so no stress. Like, yeah, well, if you wanted to like do things properly, then you should have done your homework, because obviously none of you have done your homework. It's obvious from the questions you were asking. Yeah. I'm a nightmare.
It used to be free to fill up your car tires with air. Now it costs $1.25. You know why? Inflation.
But hey, listen, chat. Everyone here who isn't from Zach's raid might not know who Zach is. Zach is the Twitch news source. Actually, not only Twitch. In general, content, the content space, the whole content creation space revolves around Zach, in the sense that Zach knows what's happening. And I'm not biased because Zach is also Canadian. Definitely not. But yes, I get most of my information from Zach's weekly newsletter, and his Discord is incredible. There's really like super knowledgeable people, know what's going on. Maybe some staffers. Just saying, it's a great place to be, to know what's happening and to understand what's happening on Twitch especially. It's always interesting for streamers. I have a surprise. I thought SQL was pronounced Postgres is better. All I know about SQL is that right join is the best join, and that's a fact.
Sally. Hello. Sally Beth.
Highway to the danger zone with 26 ways that you can earn passive income in 2023, and then 25 of them require you to have $250,000 from your dad who gifted it to you when you were 16, and you decided to put it into some pension fund, and then you have like $250,000 to spend on real estate, and whoop-de-doo, now you can earn passive income from your real estate. But you needed the freaking $250,000 in the first place to actually make passive income. So it's like all of those articles are just debating you. They're terrible. And yes, hello and welcome back. Now the music should also be back. Ah, the pension fund passive revenue rant. I know Fractal told me that they particularly liked it. I just did miss bleeping fricking, yes. There's no drop game. Jira add drop game not present on... What? Add drop game not present on BRB scene. Can you please... I deleted your ticket, Exegete. Can you please file a new ticket? Because the title was not accurate. Thank you. So, it is time. It is time to build. We're going to be building. It's time to build, chat. It's time to build OBS a little bit. And we get to think about some cool stuff because I haven't shown you what I installed. And when you see what I've installed, I think you will be very pleased. Jira drop game does not work on the BRB scene. Okay, yeah, I could get behind that. Does it have to do with good vibes? No. No, it does not. It does not. But it will improve my content creation significantly. Write a PR to Matty Tissues' OBS configuration to add the drop game to his BRB scene. Oh no. Jay Walter, what have you done? Is your bot about to... Oh no. Oh. I think it got rate limited. So I'm not super pleased with Elgato's cam link. I'm not really happy with it because it seems to me, at least, that it's very buggy. Please write a Jira ticket to add the garbage command. Please use 15 words or less. How would one rig the Twitch drop game? Goes against fair play, see? Even the bot knows we shouldn't do it. You should not do it. No. Ultimately, because I have now upgraded to OBS 29, I now have access to all the amazing goodies. This is why also the camera looks particularly nice, is because I'm using the ProRes encoder of OBS. But that's not the most exciting part, chat. The most exciting part is with OBS 29, I now have access to a particular plugin from a particular company that some of you may know. Some of you may know. I don't know if you know it, but I'm happy to show you. That company is called Atom. Can you do an audio sync clap? What would that look like, Exegete? You mean like that? I don't know if it gets, it might be getting, what do you call it? It might be getting compressed on the audio filters. I need to add a scene. It should be synced. It would be very weird if it was not, because I did check it and nothing has really changed on that end. You barely made it in time for the clap. Well, Blue Squid, it's lovely that you're here, and I'm clapping for you. Thank you for coming back to the stream. And Dev Panda, it's close. What does that mean? Okay, so I want to... I think I need to duplicate. I need to duplicate the main scene. Oh, we can try. No, we can try out the new thing already. Why not? Duplicate. Or no, I'll just make a new scene. I will do it in studio mode though. Studio mode. Preview. Studio mode. Okay, so duplicate. We're gonna call this test 1. I have no idea what to do with this. Exegy, thank you for gifting a sub to Blue Squid. Very kind. Thank you so much. You looked funny without a chart. It's true. People look weird in chat without badges. But that's Twitch's fault. What can I say? That's Twitch's fault. So, here we go. This is how we're gonna do it. So we have test 1, which has the drop game, and then it has this screen capture in it, which is fine. We're gonna get rid of that here. And then the browser, which we're gonna get rid of as well. So we still have chat on that screen. We could technically get rid of chat. Chat, do you want to be on the screen? You can see chat, right? So technically we don't need chat. Let's get rid of chat on that one. And then we have the camera. We have a camera. We need to transform, edit transform, crop left, 500, crop right, 500. Perfect. And then I can move my content line next to my thingamajiggy. And then I can move my desktop like this. I think OBS is too big. Or is that the... See, it keeps blinking, chat. That's not cool. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep doing that? I tried various things already. Like I tried looking at the UBS cable, UPS. I looked at the USB cable. I looked at everything, and it's super annoying. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I think if we switch to this scene, it should be good. Hey, Dev Panda, thank you for gifting a sub to J Walter Bot. Bot looked wrong without a chart. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's get out of studio mode and disable the preview, because otherwise it's going to look weird. So, does anyone notice anything? Does anyone notice anything strange or interesting? Not sure if anything's obvious to you, but there's something in here that's a bit different. I've hidden it a little bit. It's very wide. Okay. Let me make this more obvious. Let me make this more obvious. Let me make this even more obvious. Let me make this even more obvious for you. So we have this, like that. And then we're gonna do a... let's add the camera. Video capture device. Transform. Has anyone got it yet? Transform center vertically. That's right, Dev Panda. Vertical streaming. Is this for TikTok? No, Exegete, it is not for TikTok. However, it is for YouTube and other vertical formats that I wish to use in the future. This is the vertical plugin for OBS from Atom. This plugin, unlike the main app for Atom, is free. So, if you're looking at this window right now, this effectively creates a second canvas in OBS. And not only does it create a second canvas, it gives you access to features just like OBS has in the vertical settings. So this is for YouTube Shorts. That's correct, Dev Panda. I want to make a lot of YouTube Shorts, and the easiest way to do that is to make shorts while I'm live, because I don't have time to do them on top. And what's exciting about this is, first of all, you can set the resolution yourself. So you could make it 1080p vertical, or you can make it 720p or whatever. You can stream. So they have YouTube endpoints here, but you can stream with whatever you wanted. In theory, you could stream to a custom server or whatever. What's even cooler though, is there's a recording. And for those of you who spotted it, there is a feature called Backtrack. Backtrack is basically recording buffer. So OBS natively in the settings, which I can't get into, OBS natively has a recording feature that allows you to, so recording buffer, that allows you to define a time period and say, oh, I want this time period to I always want it to run during this time period. And if I press a hotkey or if I press this button, I want it to save the last of that time period. So in this case, I'm telling it to have Backtrack running while I'm streaming and recording, which is currently. I want the backtrack to be 90 seconds, and I want it to have a save backtrack hotkey, which is Command Option B. So let me show you. If I now like that clip, now I can do Command Option B. Uh-oh. Maybe the hotkeys are broken. But anyway, I click the button here, and it does backtrack saved. You just don't see it because it was a bit small, but it says backtrack saved. And now there's this backtrack file here. Oh, this might be very loud. Or you can make it 720. Sorry. You can stream. So they have YouTube endpoints here, but you can stream with whatever you wanted. In theory, you could stream to a custom server. You see, this is exactly 1 minute 30. And that's basically how that works. So at any point in my stream, if I had something clippable that I think could go on YouTube Shorts, then I'm gonna make a backtrack for it. And I can edit the layout to be exactly what I want. So I could say I want my camera to be here, and I want to like add a filter to my camera, and like, well, I can do everything just like a normal OBS canvas, which is so powerful, really so powerful. I've been seeing people do lots of cool stuff. But yeah, it's really exciting for me. So if we do a crop like we had before, 500. This is like a big version of me. So this could be linked. That's the other thing, is a scene can be linked to another scene. So for example, if I link this to the main scene, what happens is this scene will always move in conjunction with that scene. So let me show you. Right now we're on this scene, right? If I go to my main scene, which you don't see this anymore, but the vertical canvas is not changed. If I go back to this one, the canvas is still unchanged, but I can link this one. I could link this vertical scene now. If I made a new one, I could link it to the test scene, and they would swap back and forth. It's a bit hard to show because I don't have anything set up at the moment. But effectively, it makes your content creation very powerful. Very powerful. So scene design. Let's talk scene design. Let's talk about scene design. Designing scenes is not so straightforward because you have to think about how the scenes are programmed from a reusability standpoint. Let's look at an example. I can disable preview of the vertical as well for a moment. So we have our normal scenes. I'm going to put in list mode because it's a bit easier to see. We have our normal scenes. And if you watch my content before on my last OBS rebuild, which was actually not so long ago, you'll know that I talked about this. I have a scene here, and with each scene, you have items in them, sources. And I don't like the fact that each item is kind of only used once. So for example here, drop game. So if I want to include the drop game in all of my scenes, then I have the drop game here, but then I've also included it. If I go to studio mode quickly. If I go to my main scene, you can see here the drop game is here again. And that's a bit of a problem because they're not necessarily linked. When you duplicate these sources, then they're not necessarily linked together. So you have to think about how you want to structure your scenes and how you want to structure your items. And the way that I do it is basically from the ground upwards. I say, what elements exist, right? What elements exist that I need to use everywhere? Those are like globals. So if we were to make this into a, what do you call it? Excalidraw. Can make a new one. If I were to make an Excalidraw for this, I would do something like this. I would say you have, where's my text? You have globals. How big can this go? XL. So you have globals. These are the elements of, hold on. So let's say sources, okay? So you have sources and you have scenes. See, this would make for maybe a good clip, I don't know. You have sources and you have scenes. And then you have, oh wow, code. So then you have, under your scenes, you're gonna have modules. I'll get to that in a second, hold on. I'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about sources first. So you have globals. These are used in all scenes, no exceptions. Globals are things that you always want to have. could be, for example, a microphone. These are things that you will always use. The reason that you want to have a global is because then you know if you need to change it, that you'll know that it will change it everywhere. Then you have multi, or maybe we should call it like multi or component. Whereas basically these things are used in lots of scenes. Then there's the argument to be made, which is called singles. Singles are literally used in one scene. Now, most people for singles, they don't do it. They don't use singles, right? What they do is they just create the elements within OBS itself. Hi, Fly. No, we have no rewards today because I'm rebuilding everything from scratch in OBS because I have a new setup. So yeah, so no rewards today, Fly. I'm very sorry, but you can save your points. So there's also that. So yeah, singles are the standard way to include things within a scene. Most people just do that. They keep making everything within all the scenes. Now, oh, hi, Ched Dev, it's not painful. I have everything that I need. I just need to start packaging everything together. Some things will change and some things will not. So for example, let me show you. So what I've been definitely changing is this line that you see here, this line that you see on the this line right here between the content and my camera, that line is going to shift between each scene to give it like the illusion that the line is moving and the content is sliding with it. Let me show you what that looks like a little bit. So instead of having scene transitions of fade, I'm just going to go to cut. And then I'm going to give the scene, I'm going to give the elements themselves the transition. So for example, if I say line, obviously this is not going to look perfect yet, but if I do show transition and I do, where's the move? Is move transition? Oh, I forgot the plugin. I forgot to add the plugin. Slide might work. If I do slide left, hold on a second. I might have to, oh wait, that's on, sorry, that's not correct. I need to do a new transition. Slide. Duration left. So essentially, and star wipe. They invade our space and we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds and we fall back. Not again. The line must be drawn here. Star Trek line. Thank you, Yost. And Chedev, thank you for your compliments for the setup. It's just a chance to change a few things. I'm not redoing it entirely from scratch. That's why I didn't call my stream title Building OBS from Scratch. I just wrote new OBS setup on Mac Mini. But basically, if I were to change scenes, it will do something like that, but each content will be pushed in the right direction. So it will look like the line is resizing the content. I don't know if it gives you that effect yet. But yeah, that's basically kind of that's kind of what I'm going to be going for. We can make this a bit longer at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm going to be going for. It's not so easy to achieve, but it's definitely possible. Most definitely. Yeah. So yeah, Ched Dev and Fly, I hope you're both doing well. it's not so hard to build OBS. You'd have to slow it down so we could see it. Yeah, for sure. It will be slow. It will be slow enough that you can read it and see it, definitely. I finished setting up my new work computer, so happy about that. Oh wow, ChedDev, we also got a new computer. Look at the timing, what a coincidence. What computer did you get? So we have scenes and we have sources. Let's bring back the Excalidraw. So what I do is, if I have a single that's only used in one scene, I still create a source for it, but I create a scene for it, right? So basically what happens is these three things, globals, multi, and singles, they all become scenes, right? So you kind of think about it this way. You have scenes that are these three, okay? So you have a single, multi-component, and globals. Then you have a module. Module is a bit special because modules, hold on. Modules are a bit special because modules consist, I need to color somehow, 1 second. So you have singles basically go into a scene like that. So you have a scene that gets used as part of a single. Then you have multi-component. Those are just there, right? And then you have, what's another color? Globals, like that. Now, as part of a module, you can basically take things from this one, and from this one to create a module together. It's a bit confusing, I know. You've had it for a couple of months. Been lazy to move everything over. You got an M1 Mac. I got an email from IT that said you haven't used this laptop in 1 month, so I figured I'd finish it. Did you get an M2 Mac Mini? So you got an M1 Mac, M1 laptop. I got a M2 Mac Mini. That's right, M2 Pro. And so far the performance has blown me away. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. The performance is mind-blowing. Would you like to see the performance, chat? Would you like to see this? Because I'm not kidding. Okay, just to prove to you how mind-blowing this is, okay? This is the current GPU and CPU usage of the machine. And here's memory. Oh, I don't have a memory window. Hold on. CPU usage, CPU history. Is there no memory window? I guess there's no memory one. I'm not a PC guy, no, ChedDev. Why did you think that? That's strange. I've been streaming on Mac for a long time now. I started streaming on Mac and I've been streaming on Mac ever since. So we are currently at 50% GPU usage. We are currently at around quarter of CPU usage, about 25%. If we look at many meters, I currently have it set up to be CPU, the sum of all cores. So if I take an average, 36%, it's actually lower. 36% average CPU usage with 50% GPU. This is bonkers, really. It's absolute bonkers. Everything is super snappy. I'm running 2 external displays, one of them being a 43-inch ultra-wide, 2 external docks, an iPad, camera. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's really impressive. It's very impressive. So yeah, you have basically, in the end, you have singles and scenes, and then you have these modules. Now, typically for the modules, what I do is I create singles that go into the modules. And then your end final scene, basically scenes consist of kind of like two parts for me. You basically have, this is like a foundation of your scenes, and then you have the actual scenes themselves. So you have, like, for example, program scenes. So you have P in front means program. That means those are scenes that you use in live. So for example, you have starting soon, right? For example, then you have, I use this M. These are modules. So this, for example, is, for example, camera and certain filters, for example. You can create like these packages of things. No, the Mac Mini does not have an internal monitor. Yeah, so you can have like production scenes and your modules. And if you need something like, because it can happen, you need like C, which is construction. So these are scenes that you're currently building out, new and not yet tested. So basically what will happen is, in terms of process, I will create a source. Let's make an example here. I will create a source. I will call the source Elgato Cam Link 4K, right? The source itself has a nomenclature. So because the Elgato is video and audio, I put VA. VA in front. That means the audio is being controlled via OBS. Now, I don't do that. I just use the video. So I put a V in front. I experimented a bit with formatting with V underscore and stuff like that, but I actually like the brackets. I think that's the most distinctive. And please let me know if audio or something is off, like if the music's too loud or something, because it's very hard. It's very hard to know with the way I currently have things set up. Thanks, Ched. Appreciate it. So you create a single, right? You'd create a single, and the single will tell you the single is, this is something you're going to use in one scene, for example. Now, in the case of the camera, that's not true, right? But yeah, like that would be, for example, a single. Music is great, voice is great, cam looks good, drop game is rigged. That's accurate. So we create a source. Now this source has to go into something, right? So you create a scene. And this scene, and don't forget, this is like the purpose of the scene. So the scene will be, in the case of a module, right? Because again, this is either global, or it's multi, or it's a single. In this case, it's something that we're going to use in almost every scene, but not every scene. So we're going to call this multi. So we make a little square bracket, because I've decided to go with that. M, like this. And I say, for example, cam main. Like that's my abbreviation that I use, right? So this is your source. Let me just, sorry, this is your scene, right? And this is your source inside it. So you have a scene called cam main that has one source in it called Elgato Cam Link 4K. This enables you to find it later, easier. Because if you want to modify the source, then you can easily find it. You can easily find it that way. Our module is a newer concept. I don't remember anything. No, it's not an ingrained OBS module. It's just my nomenclature for scenes. So again, this is like, maybe I need to make this more clear. You have a hard line between sources, and then you have a soft line. These are all scene types. So these are modules, and these are construction. And then you will have the additional one, which I didn't talk about. You will have S, which is singles. So you'll have basically, hold on, I forgot one. You have production scenes, you have your modules, you have under construction stuff down here. And then in between, you've got these ones. G, globals. Because basically for me, it comes down to like, do you use the scene in other scenes? S, the lonely people. Exactly. So it's quite a simple concept. On paper, it seems complicated, but it's a very simple concept. I have a module called cam main, right? This scene only has one source in it. This is like one package, if you will, right? This is like one package. This is a multi-component. It's like a building block, right? Now, if I want to use, if I make another scene, like if I make a scene, so I have another scene, and this scene is called just chatting, okay? This scene consists of building blocks, right? I'll have something in it like this, right? Can I group these? Oh, nice. So I'll have something in it like this, right? But I'll also have another module in it. I'll have, for example, I'll have a scene called module called Twitch chat, for example. And then the source will be a browser source. And so I'll write B for browser. And then I'll call it Twitch chat URL. Or I'll call it like Twitch chat native or something like that. So like whatever I'm using. Maybe it will be, maybe I use the one from Stream Elements. So I can write Stream Elements prefix in front. And I can write bubbles chat or something like that. Like you can name these how you want, as long as you're consistent with the naming, right? So basically you see like this scene just chatting has different components in it. It's got this module here, but then it might have an individual thing in it. It might have one of these singles. And the single could be, for example, this could be a single, and it could be called like something that is specific to just chatting. Could be, for example, what could we have on just chatting that isn't anywhere else? Maybe a view count, like a viewer count or something, right? Maybe I only want a view count to be on that scene, right? And so this would be a browser source, and I would call this Twitch viewers or view count or something like that. So this one is not, as you can see here, hold on one sec. This is now a single. So you see in this entire scene itself, so this whole thing here is a scene. This whole thing here is a scene, and that is composed of different building blocks. You have some of them which are singles, some of them are modules, and some of them are globals. Like, for example, if we had a global example of this, something that would appear in every scene, that's pretty easy to do. Something that appears in every scene would be, for example, alerts. So we just copy this. So we have a scene, and this is called G, and it's be called SE alerts, for example. And then the source, it could have multiple sources in this scene. So in this case, all of these only have one source in them. But in this scene, we know that it's doing a lot of different alerts, right? And so I have a scene that has G alerts, and then it has multiple sources. It'll have one here with the audio flag. This will be like SE raid, for example, and SE sub, SE follow, etc., etc. Right? So that, in essence, is a global. So you make that green because that's the color of our globals. I don't know if we took that green, whatever. So basically, this is what a scene ends up being consisting of, right? You have all of these different components. You have singles, which are only used in one particular scene. And you know, if you see the S, if you modify that, it's only going to change it there. You have modules, which you know, those are being used in different places. And then you have globals, which you know, that's being used everywhere. Now, some people might say that for globals, you might want to change your approach and use something called, I shouldn't type like that. I learned my lesson last time. Some people might tell you, okay, you should use a concept called downstream keyer. It's a plugin for OBS. Some people might say, oh, you should use downstream keyer because downstream keyer means that it's always included on every scene before it's sent to wherever you're sending it. Downstream keyer, that happened in my car once. Oh dear. The drop game is not full. Let's find out. Where is the drop game? Oh yeah, it's not full width. But that's what I mean. It isn't full width, but that's okay. Not a problem. We'll just center it. Transform, center. But yeah, basically, the idea is that you could use something like downstream keyer to ensure that all of the stuff gets sent to the place where you want it to go. Personally, however, I don't like having more plugins in OBS. I'm trying to avoid having as many plugins as possible because it creates more bloat around the install. Not because I'm worried about performance, but purely about a reliability point of view. Everything that I can do natively with OBS's functionality, I do natively. You could argue that you don't need a scene called single. You could argue that you just need a source. You don't need an actual scene for it. You could just have a source called B browser Twitch view count. However, if you want to include it somewhere else later, so you end up making another scene because obviously when you're streaming, things change. You want to, update stuff. What was that? What was that? There was this big black thing in the center. What was that? Was that the drop game? Did it just do stuff? Wait. That was weird. Did anyone see that? There was like a black blip. That was really weird. I know they had that problem a while back. Yeah, can you clip that? I'll go take a look at it later. I want to add a marker, but I have nothing set up on my Stream Deck. So if you can make a clip, I can always delete it later, so don't worry about it. Thanks, Luca. So the problem is, if you only have it as a source, and you make it and you want to use it later in another place, then transitioning from source to a multi-scene, to a multi or a component scene. I think I called it component in the end, but I'm gonna go with multi. I like that. Ah, nice. Okay, we have a clip. Let me check that out. When you're streaming, things change. You want to, you know, up. There it was. Yeah, there it was. You want. That's the drop game. That's the drop game. That's exactly the width of the drop game. Okay, thank you, Loka. I appreciate that. That's definitely the drop game. I'll have to look into why that is. In any case, so moving from a thing that's only used in one particular scene to moving it to two scenes would require you creating a scene, putting the source in the scene, and then adding that scene back to your original place where you had it, and then adding it to the second scene. And you can save that entire process by just creating it as a scene in the first place. So you have a scene called viewer count, and it has one source in it, and it's used within your other scene. So effectively, when you have a list of scenes, within a scene, you should only, like a production scene, like starting soon or just chatting, you will only have other scenes with one exception. And that is if you need to make specific changes to how that scene behaves on that scene. And this is where we're getting a bit meta, I'm sorry. But if this particular camera needs to behave in a certain way, so let's imagine for a moment that my camera on this particular scene needs to be filter. So if I needed to filter this somehow, what would I do? It's a good question. The easiest way to do that is two options. You have two options. Option one, you can do... Sorry, I'm struggling with the interface here. Option one, you can do source mirror. Source mirror is a plugin This plugin allows you to capture another source and then apply filters to it. The problem is, it's, as you can see from the text, source mirror. It means that it will only clone the source and not the scene. So you could do one of the new ones, which is scene mirror, which I believe exists. I think so. OBS scene mirror. I believe it exists. Was it? I think there was a scene mirror. I can't remember. Source clone can do scenes. Oh, thanks, Exceldro. Hi, Exceldro. Git push, get paid. Where's the accent from? Are you referring to my accent? I would say my accent is probably international dialect. Exceldro. Vertical canvas. Vertical canvas. Freaking awesome. I'm very excited to work with the vertical canvas. Git push, get paid. My accent is basically neutral, but if anything, it's probably Canadian-esque. So you basically use source mirror for the scene. That's the one option. It's good, Exceldro, that you reminded me of that. However, there's another option, which is something native to OBS, which is called groupings. Now, if you've never seen a group before, this is kind of a funny thing, but most people don't know about this. If you create a group in your list, so if I have something in my list, so for example, the drop game, if I modify this here, if I add something to this, like a filter, for example, if I add like a, I don't know, color correction, if I add something to the drop game, like super high contrast, like this, hold on. You see the contrast now, right? You can see this on here, hold on. You can see all the saturation, everything is getting crazy, all rainbow, right? If I do all of this, if I add this to the drop game, whenever I'm on another scene, you see that effect stays. It doesn't change. The location of the thing could change. The location of the drop game could change specifically. But the color filter applied is there. What happens though is if you put a group and you call this group drop and you put something inside that folder. Now I take this filter here and I remove it. Okay. And now I take the filter and I put it on the folder and I call the effect filter color correction, for example. And I say, I'm going to make this super saturated and going to shift it to be red, for example. So now you can see the filter is now on this one, right? If I go to this scene, you see how the drop game is unfiltered. That's because the filter is now applied to the folder. Git push, get paid. What were you trying to cut? What were you trying to cut? Confused. I did cut myself last year. Wow, that's almost a year? I cut myself on my middle finger. I don't think you'll be able to see it anymore. No, you can't see it anymore. That's not what you expected. So yeah, so there's a huge drawback to this. There's a huge drawback to the group approach. And that is, in groupings, okay, no specific audio video filters. Big problem. This thing doesn't have specific filters for audio video. Let me show you what I mean. If you look here on drop game, this is a browser. And if I go to filters, you can see there's effect filters and audio filters because a browser could have audio in it. So for example, if I have, I don't know, nothing makes sense on that. But basically the audio coming through from the drop game, I could modify the audio coming from the drop game. I could add a VST or something. But if I took a filter on the group, you see there's only effect filters. And the ones you have available to you here are the generic filters that work for everything. And if you had an audio source or a video source like the cam link, and you go to filters, you have audio and video filters, right? So if I go here and I have like 3-band equalizer, all that stuff, and I could add more video filters, right? And all these ones are generic. So I don't have this top part. I don't have that in a group. So if you need to apply audio video filters, you cannot use groupings. Yeah. So yeah, someone else has a similar game like this, and they have a command where you could cut the parachute when you put that command in. Really? Git push? Really? That's really cool. Which channel is that on, if you don't mind saying? I've never heard of that. Ah, I was just thinking, I'm pretty sure I'd seen that on ODAT Nerd's channel, that he made his own version of the drop game. Super cool. So yeah, so what it comes down to is source mirror. that's one of the things, like you can't get around using that, but I don't use downstream keyer. I don't use downstream keyer because I don't like having more additional plugins for than I need. So I'm sure that others can sympathize with that. So that is the plan. That is how to build the OBS scenes, in my opinion. So effectively, you have to map out what scenes do you need and all that kind of stuff. And I have that. Let me just take this off screen for a sec. Or I could have just switched scenes, right? Could have just switched. I have that from when I built my stream last time. I have the entire layouts of which streams do I want to have. Let me just go back here. I have the core concept of which scenes I want. Like I have core layouts. Basically, these are production scenes. So starting soon, chatting, working game, unique type. These are the type of scenes that I have. I have various states, like starting soon and ending are basically the same thing for me. But yeah, you have outro and intro, and you have stuff that's like unique. So those are unique types of scenes. Then I have scene specific elements. These are modules. Then you have global elements, and then you have the alerts, which are technically global. The thing that's going to be special is I'm going to have modifiers, things like light and dark mode toggle and stuff like that. They have to be applied globally. So yeah, I need to figure out how to build everything again. And so basically what I do is I just start with one scene. I start saying, okay, what do I need for this one scene? And I start adding in everything for that one scene. And then I go to the next one and I add the things again that I need. And I ask myself when I add something, is there a potential that I'm going to use it for another scene? Because then I should definitely not make it a single. I should make it multi-use from the get-go. The global stuff is easy because some things are truly just global, always global. And that's easy enough to know. So yeah. There are fun things, of course. Let me show you an example of a fun thing. So I have stuff like... Are we gonna have... Oh, sorry, I forgot about ads because I can't see it. That's good. It's actually good timing. It's actually good timing because there's nothing to see while I search for it. I have all of my assets for OBS stored in my Google Drive. So they're always up to date. So I go to images, and then I can see here, for example, this one. So you can see here, Renaissance art. Now I can probably scale this a bit. Let me think about this one sec. I need to be closer. Like this. Why you messing with me, man? Oh. So you can add whatever you want, but I wouldn't add it directly here as a source, right? This is what I was saying. I need to create another source. I need to do this in studio mode because otherwise you won't see what I'm doing. And unfortunately, I cannot hide the preview in studio mode. But what I do is I create a thing and I say, okay, where am I going to use the Renaissance filter? Okay, that's something I can activate fundamentally everywhere. So it's going to be a module. So I'm going to say M, this is a module, Renaissance filter. And I can even go with the naming concept. I could say filter Renaissance. Now, you could say, oh, this is not good this way because you're going to create so many different ones. So that's fine. I could say this is a filter for the cam, for example. So I make a scene and I say, fine, filter cam, and then I can add images in here and I could toggle them within that scene. I could toggle them on and off from Atom, for example. And then I would do, it's just an image, so I don't have to do anything. I could call it Renaissance. Renaissance. And then I do like this. Renaissance. Art filter. Like that. And then I add it like in the way that I need to add it, right? And then that's it. You have it, and then it's filtered, and then you add it to the scene. Oh, hello. Hello, TG. Wait, I'm not on the right scene. Wait, I can't change. I'm in studio mode. There we go. Hello, TG. Welcome in. So good to see you again. Raiding with a party of 13. Hello, LB Ashley and Kampai Koala. The IHSA fam is here. Hope you don't mind. We came over to find out what you've been up to. I am rebuilding everything on my stream. Good. Thank you very much for raiding, TG. Hope your stream was good. Be patient with Maddie. He's resetting upstream. Exactly. Thank you, XC. Love the background gradient. Yeah, this is actually hue lights. They're just in a dynamic scene, so they change color automatically. So no fancy no fancy. Yeah, thanks, XC. It's just a wall. Exactly. If you can't appreciate the little things, not worthy of the big ones. Exactly. How was your stream, TG? I would love to give you a video shout out, but unfortunately we don't have anything running at the moment other than my new camera. I hope you had a good stream. So for anyone in here wondering what TG is a fantastic man, really fantastic guy. We've had so little interaction on Twitch, and yet he's had such an impression on me. Of being so empathetic, so sincere in his journey of getting to know other people and attempting to, yeah, just sweeten their day even just a little bit, you know, just really be so kind to others. And I think that's something we can really all aspire to, is really be kind to others. Kindness doesn't cost you anything. It's free. So you should totally do it. And TG really practices that. So great stream. Lots of co-working, a bit of coding sometimes. Very good vibes. I am enjoying the rebuild so far. It's going very well, I have to say. I have an electrostatic discharge problem, which I need to kind of locate, because when I get up from one of the chairs that I use, it it shuts off my monitors for a few seconds. And I was reading a bit about ESD, and I know, ironically, that Linus Tech Tips did a video on ESD bracelets sometime in the last few days, and I was watching that, and it's quite ironic. But I set up my whole new setup, and something is triggering an ESD, and it wasn't the case before. So maybe it's the fact that the Mac Mini is now plugged into the wall, or I don't know exactly. It's a bit unusual. But yeah, I'm sure I'll figure it out. And so my objective at the moment is to get stream up and running again. I've been explaining a little bit about my concept behind how I do that. So basically I have a concept of how I build my scenes. I basically have 5 types of scenes, starting soon, globals, modules, and singles. You can kind of think of this as a production pipeline in a way. So you create elements that you want to use in other places. So basically, these things, let me just do like this. This is a lot more clear. You have basically 3 types of scenes, and those are then used, 3 types of sources, and those are used within scenes. And so, for example, just chatting, you have a global scene that you use. Then you have 2 modules like camera main and Twitch chat, for example. And then you have a viewer count, which is specific to just that one scene. And the advantage of doing that is if this would change later, if this would update later to be in multiple scenes, then you could just change the name here. You could just change it to an M and include it in 2 scenes, rather than having to go and create a scene every time, blah, blah, blah. And with the new plugin from Andy Lippy, you can use scenes as transitions. So you could, in theory, create singles for transitions as well. So you could say this is an S, and then you say like transition TR underscore something, right? And they live outside of your scenes, of course. They're not included in scenes, but they just live there as a transition. Never heard of Excalidraw. Oh yeah, it's just a simple free site you can use to draw around. I think it's pretty nice. It's a little bit nicer to draw in than Miro, but I have all of my stuff in Miro. So lots of like ideas. Lots of ideas. Ideas and things I want to implement. Things for my stream deck of what it looked like in the past and what it looks like now. No FigJam, no. I do have Figma. I use Figma for creation of some assets. All the channel points. All the channel points. Atom rules, which I still need to figure out how to transfer that and back it up and stuff. And then like various ideas and follow alerts and all this kind of stuff. And I think, yeah, all kinds of cool things. And the main thing I've been implementing today, which you can already see here, with this tiny little white bar of separation, is basically this bar. This is from Andy Lippy's stream, by the way. Essentially allows you to move the content, change the distribution of the content. And I don't know if any of you noticed coming in, but my stream is actually in 21:9 aspect ratio. So I don't know if that's something that you noticed, but I deliberately chose 21:9 because it gives me more real estate. Gives me more real estate on the stream. So yeah, that's something I decided to do. Did you take Karen away because I used her too much? No, Alan, I did not. I took Karen. I didn't take Karen away. Karen is just simply not here because we're rebuilding everything. So that's the reason for that. I think I missed a message. Hold on. Never put much time in setting transitions between scenes. Yeah, it's not like super critical in my opinion, but yeah. Did you get an EST right around when Raid joined? No. No. StreamerBot doesn't want to start up anymore since a week ago, which is where I had my scene switches on shortcuts and some sound effects on commands. I would highly recommend that you take a look at Atom. I'm not going to shill, you know, I'm not going to shill out and say you shouldn't use tools that are free, because I use many tools that are free. Hi, Alan. I use lots of tools that are free. However, when it comes to doing something like automating the entire stream, like a lot of the stuff that's happening is still happening because I have Atom running on my other laptop still. Because when Atom is running on something, it can still operate. And that black flicker is the drop game doing weird stuff when it exits. Basically, the reason why I'm not a fan of tools like StreamerBot or Touch Portal is because they rely on the community to source most of the effort around plugins and integrations. And if something stops working, it is a very, very small team that doesn't operate on a budget because it's a free tool. And so they're basically just giving their free time. And it can go any way. It can go any way. It could basically go down the route of what happened to Stream Effects, where the creator decided to make it paid anyway, and then you'll get paywalled eventually if you don't want to pay for it. But I just basically enjoy the fact that Atom is a company that is established now. They're a formal business entity. I pay $5 a month, actually a bit less because I use the discount code, but I want to support something like that because it makes it easier. It's certainly worth the $5. Like, there's no question it's worth $5 a month. It saves me typing in chat every time somebody raided. Like, all those commands that you saw, they're all automated. I didn't need to do that because I just don't want to have to worry about that when I'm streaming. So that's super easy. I don't need to ask someone to mod for me just to do that. It's a waste of their time, right? So that's worth $5 a month. And it guarantees that development will continue to some extent. It doesn't guarantee a result, but it guarantees that they will at least work on the project. And if enough people support, then it's around for a while. The other thing is that they have Harris Heller as an investor, and I mean, Harris is not a small chicken in the streaming game, so that is also significant now, I would say. So yeah, definitely something to look into. Free time is why we still have vertical drops. What's a vertical drop? I'm confused about that. Anyway, so back to the shizzle. Yeah, you can see I did some weird filtering stuff here. I have to move the drop game out of this thing and then delete this thing. So yeah, when you drop and just go straight down. I thought it was like a specific mode or something. The other thing, TG, that you might also be kind of interested in, you may notice there's a weird thing here. I have a second canvas in OBS. This is a plugin that's completely free from Atom. It's a vertical plugin. And this gives you all of the same power that you have with an OBS canvas. So you can stream from it, you can record it, and most importantly, there's a backtrack function, just like on the main OBS recording buffer, that basically if you said something really cool and then you hit the backtrack or you do it with the hotkey, it stores a backtrack clip and you can define how long that clip is, etc., etc. And this exactly, TG, I was thinking about this for your Instagram. For me, it's going to be for YouTube Shorts that I can upload stuff really easily because I can basically do it how I want. But for you, in case of Instagram, I mean, you can also use it offline, right? You can use it offline. You can just record a reel, or it records whatever. Yeah, just straight video for you, but it's already edited. It's already in vertical. And so it has the perfect dimensions, and you can actually set the canvas to like whatever you want. It could be like, you can make it whatever format you want. In theory, the resolution is not limited. So although it is called vertical, in theory, you could record in a square or another horizontal canvas. So instead of 1080 by 1920, you could just record in another 1920 by 1080 canvas. And then you just have a second canvas to work with, which is weird but also kind of cool. So if you're not into using it for the vertical mode, the perfect dimensions, 11-dimensional universe with no concept of time. You can choose what dimension you want to be exegete. So yeah, that's just a fun thought. If you're considering doing something funny, you can change this. 1080 by 1920. You can also change the video bitrate and all that stuff. The only part that I'm still as of yet uncertain about was audio, because there's vertical scene transitions and vertical transitions and vertical sources and vertical scenes, but the audio I think is still shared between the two. Somebody brought this up. Oh, really? Yeah, they've been making some serious effort on the plugin. They've really been doing a lot of oh no, actually wait, is the audio separate now? I'm confused actually. I haven't used it yet. I need to think about it still. But essentially, yeah, you do the voiceover anyway with the Elgato and save it as a separate track. Ah, okay. Yeah, if you want to do the voice separately, you can, of course. Absolutely. So yeah, chat, that's the idea. So if you build a scene, if you say you want to build a scene, let's build a scene together. So we have filter cam, for example, or yeah, so we have a module, filter cam, and we can say, oh, I have all the different filters in there, like Renaissance, and then I could have all the other filters in it, right? Now, once I've done that, no worries, TG. Once I've done that, if I want to use it somewhere, like in my main thing, then all I have to do, so I'm going to make more space here. All I need to do is include the scene filter cam, right? Ta-da! That's it. Now, the thing is, right, if I include this scene, I have to also choose where it sits, right? I also have to make sure that it sits at the right spot and all that kind of stuff. But basically, this is a module, right? So you would convert everything to modules. Now, this is quite hard to do live, but that's basically what I was doing last time I built. And this time is going to be a bit different. This time, I think I'm going to do the majority of the work offline. And take some time and build out the scenes and just get it done. And then on stream, we'll kind of just build new stuff. Because there's already all the stuff there. There's already all the stuff there from the previous OBS setup, right? I'm not importing it, but I am effectively reusing a lot of the ideas, right? I'm not doing everything from scratch. But yeah, that's kind of the idea around this. So yeah. Yeah, that's basically how it's going to go. So this week, there won't be a stream on Friday because it is not Data Cafe material anymore. We had a stream last Friday for Data Cafe. It's bi-weekly. Actually, I should update the stream schedule. I always have to do that because Twitch doesn't have a bi-weekly thing where you can do it every two, whatchamacallits. I forget the name. Every 2 weeks. You can't do it. Which is very unfortunate, I think. Oh, hi, Ian. Thank you for the bits. So close to 0.01. Yeah, you never know, right? You never know. So we are currently in... Let me just change scene again here. So we're currently in... I can take this away. We're currently in Mixture Monday, I haven't really told you all about the names, but basically we're currently in Mixture Monday, where we do data analytics, SQL, programming, OBS stuff, whatever. And then we have Tasty Thursday, where we do also similar topics. Kind of depends on the mood of the week. Mixture Monday sounds like we're getting cocktails. Hi, Melamoni. Melemony. I always forget the pronunciation on your username. It's great to have you here, Melemony. It must be lemony because I know with the whole lemon. But yeah, I am rebuilding all my scenes from scratch, and it's a lot of work. I'm glad I got it right. So yeah, I have been busy. I've been busy. And I will continue to be busy this week, but we will definitely see each other on Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday will be a normal stream. I mean, normal, what is it? What does normal mean? Do you have the new research tab? I do. Would you like to see it? Would you like to see it? I'm happy to show you if you'd like to see it. I've seen mine, but I wonder if they're all different. So there's apparently 2 versions. Let me just duplicate one thing. Let me just do one thing. Mine looks like Minesweeper. Ah, no, I have the other version. I can show you the other version. 1 second. I just need to get this one thing into the canvas. Media source. It's this one, right? Yep. Okay, I think that's correct. That's weird. Huh? Can you not resize stuff in OBS to be larger than something? Now I'm really confused. Oh, it doesn't automatically take canvas size. Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. Okay. Well, I can definitely show you the experiment, Mel. Here we go. So obviously mine is for software and game dev by standard. I don't care about viewer region. Is that the new spring look for Pixel Plush? I've had the Easter theme for a while, actually. I've had it for a long time. So this is how this one looks. And actually, it's not bad. So it's interesting because you can average last 28 days, average last 7 days. You can exclude large streamers or include large streamers and leave feedback. And there's a guidebook about how it works. So for example, we are on a Monday. It is currently 11:36. We are currently in this slot here, 5.1 average viewers per channel. So technically this is the best time to start streaming. Monday at 9, 5.9 viewers per channel. That's where I start. That's exactly where I start. I could technically start at 5 as well. That has a slightly higher ratio. Or midday as well. But yeah, like for example, there's a huge hole here. Tuesday, for example, similar, not very different. Wednesday is much later, only at 9 or 10. Does it make sense, kind of, on an average? Thursday, which is my new streaming day, also has 9 as the best time, along with 5. So 5 and 9. This is viewership over just the category software and game dev. This is only that category. You cannot, I don't think you can take out all the categories. But it looks very different depending on which one. And obviously then you can see Friday, for example, very interesting. Like Friday 5 p.m. when most people get out of work here, there's a bit of a bump. But then there's a huge bump later at 10 and 11 when there's way more viewers per channel. But you have to look at both aspects. Hi, Jim. It's currently 11:37 for me, 11:38 now. You have to look at both aspects. Saturday, for example, Saturday midday, 6.5 viewers per channel. This could either mean there's a lot of viewers with very few channels, or there are a lot of channels that have high viewership. Lord Ruffy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. 38 minutes ago was 5 p.m. East Coast US. I wonder if that impacts anything. Happy unbirthday. Thank you. It's 2 weeks. Thank you, Mel. It's 2 weeks ago, but thank you very much. So you can see that there's like Sunday, for example, is very regular viewership. There's no real peaks. But the thing is, it's a ratio. It's a ratio, and the problem with the ratio is it's very sensitive to both sides. If you have very few channels, then the average will get pulled up immediately by one channel, even if you exclude large streamers, right? I also don't know what the definition of a large streamer is for them. What's a large streamer? Is a large streamer in software and game dev the same as a large streamer in just chatting? So if I go to just chatting, for example, the average is already higher, like 8 point something. If you look at this. If you look at just chatting, basically it doesn't matter when you stream in just chatting. It literally doesn't matter. You can start anytime in just chatting. Are you messing with stats? I'm not messing with anything. Mel wanted to see some cool stuff, so we're just taking a look. 300 pounds would be quite a large streamer, yes. What's interesting is if you look at a category, if I look, for example, Division 2. Oh my gosh. Tom Clancy's Division 2. So this is a game that isn't really played anymore so much. It's not streamed a lot anyway. What if you exclude large streamers for just chatting? Oh, they're already excluded. They were already excluded. But I can include them. I just want to show this about Division. Good land, Ian. So basically, there's 710 viewers right now. Almost 1 million followers in the category. But if you look at when to stream, there's a couple times when there's a peak, right? But the overall average is still quite low. It's lower than software and game dev, right? There's a couple times, like Thursday, 2.7, 2.4. Like Thursday is obviously the day. And I'll tell you why. Thursday is patch day for this game. So you didn't need to be on Twitch to know this. But Thursday, at this time, at 12 p.m. CEST, is when they release patches for the Division. So that is why this time here is a good time to stream, because a lot more channels are probably online, or there's more viewers looking for people streaming the patch notes or something like that. So let's try in just chatting. Let me just try something. So we have on a random Monday, it doesn't matter when you stream. Okay, let's include large streamers. Oh wow, the skew is very big then. 34. Oh, Okay, that's a big deal. So basically 5 a.m. my time or 6 p.m. or later. If I was a large streamer. But that's the thing. If you're not a large streamer, it doesn't make sense for me that you look at when large streamers are on, in my opinion. But the average is already pretty high. 9.2 is already double that of software and game dev. Basically, you have twice the amount of viewership that you have. And some categories, well, oh look, there's 5 followers. Yeah, if there's not enough data for a category, then it doesn't show you. Mini motorways is great because there's very few channels that stream it. So I was looking at this category going, Friday is the time to play. Friday evening, 11.9 viewers per channel on average. So yeah, weekend there's a bit, but basically Friday evening. If I went live on Friday at 5 p.m. playing this game, that's the most likely time I would get viewers. So yeah. Interesting stuff. So chat, I think we're going to wrap up today. It's been a long weekend. I'm also back to work tomorrow, which means I need to... Yeah, I need to prepare myself. Let's go take a look at who's streaming. And we can do a little raid. Let's check out who we've got kicking around. ChatGPT, okay. Oh wow, Twitch's thumbnails are so weird. Look at this. Look at my thumbnail. My thumbnail is squished because of the aspect ratio. Because of 21:9. That is an interesting side effect. I need to tell that to... I need to tell that to A. So someone is doing some SAMI programming. Who else have we got around? What viewership are we sitting? Let's raid down. Let's raid down in the category. Let's bestow upon people the love of the category. Coding Kiwi. Coding Kiwi. Who's this? Oh, this is a German. Sorry. Who else could we raid? The drop game is doing that weird thing. You want to raid Stream Elements? I have it on good authority. His birthday will appear at some point this year. Who? Mine has already appeared. We could raid Stream Elements online. Could totally raid Stream Elements. Some very interesting streams on today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's with Easter, but it's kind of odd. Kind of odd. I also want to raid a non-white male if possible. What can I say? It's always a risk. Is it not a holiday in the US? Fox Girl makes game engine. Let's listen to this. Luna the Fox Girl.
I'm like
Wait, that's not a girl. That's Mysterious Fox Girl from Denmark. Okay. That's You know what? I think we'll go say hi to someone. We'll go say hi to someone that we haven't seen in a while. Yeah, that's fine. Hi, Kat. Welcome in. How you doing, Kat? We are about to wrap up for today. Oh. I hope you enjoyed stream chat. It's not a federal holiday. Ah, Easter Monday is not a federal holiday. Interesting. Yeah, we're about to wrap up for today. I messed around with OBS. We talked about vertical streaming. We talked about vertical recording. I will see you all on Thursday, hopefully. The M2 is absurd. The performance is insane. I will definitely fix my ESD problem. Daisy, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you can all join me on Thursday when my stream is hopefully a bit more set up. We won't be doing OBS stuff this Thursday. We'll be doing something else. I think we will go back to some project that you haven't seen in a while. I'm doing good with just editing all afternoon. So you've been lurking. Hi, Kat. That's great. I hope the editing turns out well. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday. And have a great week. Happy Easter. And love you all. Thanks for the support. And bye-bye.